Hello, Aries. Your opening energy today is patience. We're using the Creative Oracle card that says creativity takes time. And sometimes a project can seem to be taking too long or seem to be failing. Okay? We need patience. Let's dive into your reading. This is a reading for October through December 2025. And we're going to start with the Thoth Tarot. We have a 7 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, that right away feels like things are stuck, right? They're not. I think patience is the way to go. When we're feeling stuck, it's okay, right? It's okay to feel, oh, yeah, see? Now we have your Aries power card. We've got the Emperor. So that is beautiful. It's like we're not giving up. We're staying fortified. Okay? We have a Princess of Cups. We have an 8 of Swords. We have a 9 of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Wands. You are wielding the wand, right? And that is your focus. This is your attention. And patience, I think, is allowing things to, to be slow if they are. If you feel stuck creatively or in your finances or even in your love life, right? This could be all sorts of things for you. It's important that you just stay steadfast, that the slowdown will break open, okay? Your patience is really going to pay off. Let's finish the path of the Serpent here. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith for this path over here. You have a Knight of Wands. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's your other superpower card. So this is you now doing your thing. This is you in real serious boss mode, okay? For October through December. Now we have a double shot here. We have the King of Cups with the Tower came out together, okay? So your commitment, your authenticity here, your steadfast perseverance, your belief in your dream right now is going to break open the obstacle in front of you. That tower is a breakthrough, okay? So stay committed this season. Yeah, don't lose sight of what you're doing. There's a Page of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, Aries. This is beautiful energy. This is really powerful energy. And a lot of harvest coming in, with the Page of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. I think this is really going to be a profitable next 3 months, right? October through December is going to be that period of time where things really do break open for you and progress starts happening much more quickly. You're feeling stuck now. That feeling is going to be gone very, very soon. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here with Bubo, the mechanical owl, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us our confirmation at the end. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments. Now, let's look around the room here. We have major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. We have that extra card with our tower, right? You're breaking things wide open. And that's going to unleash the momentum of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we've got fire, a couple of fire cards here. We have the water, yeah. We got a little bit of air. And we have our earth cards as well. So it's fairly balanced, I think the water cards are very significant because of the 7 of Cups, especially because this is a card of like promises that are just not being fulfilled, okay? So I think that this is, a time for you where, you might start off, October and towards, for the month of October might feel like things are stuck. You might be getting into that kind of a mood where we believe that something isn't working, right? That's something that we must have been wrong, that we must have been lying to ourselves, or like we must have just been delusional in what we thought was going to work, right? Whether this is romance or if it's at work, at home, at school, it doesn't really matter. The idea here is that you are still pushing through this and we're not letting this get to us, okay? Because this is kind of a swampy, quicksand, stuck in the mud kind of feeling. All right. And it may even, you may start out the season kind of feeling as if you need to abandon your work and just do something that feels good, right? Just take your mind off of it kind of thing. And this is kind of, ultimately it's like a self-medicating card. Okay. And I don't think we want to do that right now. I think that this is the way you might start to feel about your work or your school or your progress in general toward your dreams, toward your goals. I think it's important that when we are in a low period or we're in a kind of swampy mood, that we persevere. Okay, I feel like the whole reading here is telling you that even if you start to feel like something isn't working, or you start to feel as if you were wrong about something, or like this is like you're stuck in this inertia, you're being weighed down, or there's no progress possible, keep pushing through. Because your dream matters, your plans, your goals, your hopes, your wishes, they matter. Your aspirations in life right now, you're going to see them through, and you're going to get to that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, but we have to go through this this sort of swampy mud kind of stuck feeling. This is an illusion. This card, yeah, and so it might even it might feel as if some force is trying to convince you that this isn't the right place for you. It's almost like this. We're kind of seeing things as a swamp, but really you are making progress. It just may not feel like it at the time. So be careful with this card at the beginning of October and through the month of October, where you don't succumb to any of these kind of false beliefs that what you're doing isn't working, or that this was the wrong path for you, or that this is not going to be fulfilled. Okay. Then we're going to start kind of dreaming up these ideas and convincing ourselves that doing something else might be better. When you feel like you're in a swamp, the only thing you can think of is, I want to get out of here. I want to go do something else. I don't want to be sitting here in this mud, But I think with our Emperor energy that we have here twice, I should point out with the Aries power cards twice here, that you're being told to kind of double your efforts. Okay, the only way to get out of the mud right now, if you feel stuck, if you feel like there's a creative blockage, or you feel like there is a lack of progress, what you can do now is push twice as hard. Double your efforts. Recommit yourself and persevere. And I guarantee that this is going to feel like nothing, right? That Seven of Cups is going to feel like it was just a tiny little bump in the road. But at the time, and you may be feeling that now, you may be feeling that as the month goes on, it may feel like it is the most difficult thing that you've been through, and it could very well, be a challenging sort of circumstance. Okay, but you will persevere through this because you have your Emperor energy. This is a time period for you to use your energy, believe in your power. It's a time for ambition. Okay? And ambition is saying, I may feel like I'm in the mud now, I'm in the swamp, I'm in the weeds, or there's a blockage, but I'm going to push forward. I can do this. This is a card of conquest and control. And I feel like you're going to overcome that obstacle of that Seven of Cups. And that's an emotional obstacle, right? So regardless of what the circumstances actually are, it's the feeling that's the problem. It's the feeling that gets us down, right? And this is that fortified ego that is saying, okay, a feeling is a feeling is a feeling, but I'm taking action and I'm pushing forward regardless of how I feel. Maybe this is even kind of feeling demotivated. That, to me, this feels, it feels almost like we're ready to quit, ready to give up. It may feel like you want to give up and do something easier. Don't, right? Push forward even harder. This is your vigor. This is your kind of solid energy here. And it's a stubbornness. It's a stubbornness to give in to that Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups even might be the temptation around you in your life during this. And I think, October through December, Aries is a pretty big time for temptations. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of holidays, and, so it may be tempting to sort of ease down on your efforts. It may be very tempting to just say, I did enough. It was good enough for now. I'm going to just go relax or something. I kind of feel like Spirit's trying to push you toward even further success, because I think a breakthrough is really possible for you in this time period. Okay, so this is a stubbornness that says, I am refusing to quit. Yeah. So it's a good time for leadership. It's a good time for being in control. It's a good time for rallying your forces. And if you are in a leadership position at work or at home, at school or something, it's a good time for you to sort of lead by example and show everybody around you. And I do think, because there is a lot of court cards here, so I do feel that you are a leader in some way, or you're being asked to step into that leadership position, which is kind of like, come on, everybody, let's not quit now. We still have time. Let's push forward. Let's do this. Yeah. So this is a really strong energy for you. And again, it's the fortified ego. So the Seven of Cups may be, you're physically tired, you're emotionally tired, maybe you're feeling drained, maybe it's feeling like this is not as fun as it was supposed to be. But this is that discipline almost that is going to continue pushing forward, because what you're doing is worth it. And what you're doing is going to bring success and prosperity and expansion. I feel like you're trying to grow something. You're trying to expand your business or your life or your finances, or you're trying to extend your reach or sort of widen your influence or something like that in life. And I don't know what you're doing. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're doing it. Okay? Because I feel like this push is going to change your life with this Tower card. Yeah, I feel like life is certainly changing for you when we approach this breakthrough, because I feel like it's really opening up a new world for you, and it's really increasing the momentum of the Wheel of Fortune. And we'll get there. We'll talk about that in just a minute. By the way, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Push this reading out to everybody that needs to see it. Yeah, so do me that favor. Now we're going to talk about the Princess of Cups underneath. Princess of Cups is ready to give substance to that idea. Okay? This is when your action is in harmony with your intuition. Your action is in harmony with your dreams. Okay? This is the card that's kind of saying like your higher soul is sort of feeding you this impulse, this dream aspiration, yeah? And you're acting on it. That you are now, you're taking actions to realize the dream, to make something concrete, yeah? This is emotion to action usually, right? And I kind of feel that this is where you need to be really in control. That's where the Emperor really needs that sort of authority. Because it could be that the Princess of Cups in you just wants to go do something more fun, wants to run from pain and pursue pleasure, just wants to do something way easier. But I think there's something deeper in you that needs to be realized, something in you that really wants to be achieved and accomplished. You have a dream, basically, right? And you're giving form to that dream. And that's the thing that really needs to be focused upon. That's what the Emperor has to kind of lock in on and not lose sight of that dream. Okay, because I think that for the next 3 months between October and the end of December, I think you have a real opportunity to make progress with that dream. And I think you know what this dream is. And you're being told to make sure that your actions are in harmony with that dream. Okay? It's really going to be a good time for you to do that. I think that this Tower is really sticking out to me. And the Tower is an extra card. Like the Tower wasn't even part of the plan here. It came out as a double shot card. And so I think this is really the promise that, hey, good things are happening now. You have also the Eight of Swords back here. And this feels like it's some interference that you've been dealing with. Or maybe there's been some indecision happening. Okay, this could even be a card of self-sabotage. We want to be careful with that. I think that this card is also you paying attention to the details. It would be a good time for you to not overthink what you're doing now, because when we start to ruminate, we're going to feel that Seven of Cups even more, and the Seven of Cups will become an Eight of Cups, and it'll become a Nine of Swords, and we just sort of sink deeper into despair. So keep things simple. Don't overthink the plan. Don't overthink what you're doing or how you're doing it. Keep it very simple. You have a dream, and you're taking actions that are in line with that dream. We don't have to formulate any kind of new plans right now. I think that keep the simple path in mind. Okay. This is a card of paying attention to the details as well. Yeah. So it's a kind of a cautious card, I guess, because we want to pay attention to the details, but we don't want to get so wrapped up in those details that we sort of lose sight of the bigger picture. So you're being told for this season to keep things very simple. Keep your heart set on your dream. Keep your ego fortified toward pushing ahead with that dream. Okay. And not getting caught up in too many of the sort of like the unnecessary details. You know? So I feel like there's kind of there might be a lot of static, a lot of noise around. And in a way, it's kind of like saying, block out the noise, keep yourself focused, but also pay attention to what you're doing. Don't get distracted by things. Okay? Don't get entangled in unnecessary drama. Okay? This is a card of problem solving. So I feel like there is some sort of a hiccup or some sort of a roadblock that you need to figure out. This is the card that's saying you've been looking too closely at the wrong things. That the simple answer is going to bring you over that obstacle or get you over the hump, as they say. Okay. Because this is the card of rumination, right? It's looping back in on itself, that figure 8. So I think that we've been stuck in some sense because you've been perhaps trying the same thing over and over again, and it's not been working. And so we feel like it's stuck, right? Makes sense. We need to try something else, something different, something kind of outside the box. We've been focusing too much on this routine, this one program, this one tool, this one method. And that's sort of been limiting you. Okay? And so it feels like we've been blocked, but it's just, I don't think it's really a blockage. I think it's just a matter of allowing ourselves to kind of think outside the box a little bit more. Yeah. And I think it would be a good time for simple solutions and even some creative thinking. Yeah, getting outside that box a little bit, yeah. We have a 9 of Pentacles up here, which is material gain and good fortune. A harvest is coming in. This is fruitfulness and creation. This is a lot of happiness, right? Because you're seeing progress. The 9 of Pentacles is the visible sign of progress. You are going to see progress. You are not stuck. You are not blocked. Maybe mentally and emotionally we're experiencing a blockage, but the path is there. Okay? And so this is kind of a graceful movement forward. It's very practical. And I think it is a sign that you will be getting on down the road, right? Between October and December, progress is going to be made for you. A lot of you are going to be experiencing this financially. that what you're trying to do is going to start making money once we find that simple solution, and we sort of we use that Emperor energy to keep pushing forward. You're going to see an increase. Okay. For some of you, if this is maybe romantic stuff for you, if that's how you're applying this energy, I think that this is you seeing a much smoother path forward in that relationship. That maybe it felt like mentally, emotionally, there's been some disconnect or some kind of stagnation in the relationship. I feel like this is movement. I feel like this is a lot of movement in a positive direction. And it's a lot of happiness with this card. It's pleasure. Because we're seeing what we wanted to see. We're seeing what we expected. What we wanted. I wanted there to be growth and progress and movement and expansion or whatever. And now I'm seeing it, and that makes me happy, So this is a wonderful card. This is almost as good as the Wheel of Fortune, because this is like we did all this work, and now we're actually seeing the results. We're seeing the results that we were really hoping to see. And I think this is beautiful. This also has something to do with inheritance or passing something on from generation to generation. So I don't know if there's something that you're expecting from a relative coming into you, or if you're setting up something to pass on to a future generation. But I feel like there's some sort of an inheritance. There's some sort of a transfer of property or money or estate or something like that between generations. For some of you, probably not all of you, but I think that's something that's coming through for some of you that is going to really be whatever has been interfering with that process is going to be eliminated, and things are going to flow there too. Okay, so I think that's a very, very good sign. It's going to be a very prosperous 3 months for you. I'm really feeling that. We have an Ace of Wands here. This may be even the simple solution for a lot of you. It would be a very good time for some of you to begin new projects and begin new enterprises. Okay? If we are feeling stuck, perhaps creatively, I think it's a good time to focus our energy into something new. Right? A new enterprise, to begin some kind of a new, whether it's a business or an art project, or begin a new effort in some area of life. But the question or the caveat with this card is, if you want it to be successful, it has to be something that you either have a natural talent for already, or it's something that you already have an interest in, or you're already drawn to it, or once you start doing it, you have that sense like, I'm kind of a natural at it. Okay? So it's something that's already, it's already in you in some sense. Do you understand? So it's not something that like, well, it's just going to make money. I don't know anything about plumbing, but if I become a plumber, I'll make some money. But you have no passion for plumbing. You're not really good at it. You don't, it doesn't really seem to fit. But you could learn it and you can make some money, yeah. So I think that if you are beginning something new, make sure that it's something that you feel already a resonance with. That there's a natural ability there, or you kind of feel like you'd be good at it, or you're already interested in the subject, or something along those lines. That's how you're going to assure success. Okay? So I think it's really a good time, and I think maybe more toward the end of, into December and toward the end of December, we could look at this really as being October, November, December. Okay, and I think it may be a good time to try to simplify whatever is blocking us now, so that towards November and December we can be ready to push through and ready to push for this new idea too. For a lot of you, this is going to be a creative breakthrough. Okay, and maybe there is some kind of a creative blockage, or our momentum is somehow stalled. Okay, that's going to open up in a very significant way for a lot of you. We also have this Knight of Wands over here, which is one of your superpower cards. And this is a very swift energy. It's very fiery. It's almost like we are just charging forward. And I kind of feel like this is like towards the end of the race, when you can see the finish line and then you just get a sudden burst of energy and you don't know where it came from. This is almost like our reserve gas tank. Yeah, it's just a fiery eruption of creativity. I feel like if this is like you're trying to finish out the year from October to, end of December, you're trying to finish the year strong, like in your business or at work or in your creativity or whatever it is. Like, feels like this is the rallying energy. It's a very rapid rush, okay? And sometimes it fizzles out, Sometimes it's spent very quickly. It's just like you're hitting the nitrous oxide button and there's this burst of energy that fades quickly. Well, that's okay, because we're kind of thinking like this is the push for the next 3 months, and we might just have to, kind of leap in with everything that we have for the next couple of months, and then there will be the downtime and the relax and the sort of the time to restore and replenish our energy. Okay, so I think a lot of you are going to feel this kind of surge, especially when you start noticing that, hey, we're making progress. Things are starting to open up for me. And then we're going to feel this rush of energy where we're just going to want to double down. We're going to want to throw everything we have at it. If this is your business or your YouTube channel or your relationship or your finances or your physical fitness routine, it doesn't matter. This is an energy that is... it's kind of like we're hitting that reserve gas tank and we're just going to use it. We're going to hit pedal to the metal. And that's an energy that can be very good in short bursts. When you put your pedal to the metal, you go up to the red line. You don't want to stay there for a long time, but it's good for a short push. Okay? And so I feel like this card is kind of telling us that we should get ready for that opportunity. When that breakthrough kind of happens, or we're seeing that progress starting to be made, let's hit the gas. Okay? When you get that good idea, when you have this Ace of Wands, that inspired idea, run with it as fast as you can. And when that energy is depleted, then you rest. Okay? I think for some of you, this is going to be a surge of creativity. So the next 3 months might find you really producing a lot of your art or your music or whatever it is that you're doing. It could be a really intense, almost manic period of creativity that then we're going to exhaust the energy and we can relax, but it's just like it's an intense like visitation of energy. Yeah. And I think you're being told really to kind of run with it. Yeah, when it arrives, don't question it. This is a card that really is saying we need to act without hesitation. And I think when we experience the breakthrough or the arrival of that idea, when we have that light bulb aha moment of inspiration, make as much progress as you can. Okay? It's going to be tiring, It may be a very challenging next 3 months because you're going to put in so much effort. Especially if you're a business owner or something like that. This is the push toward the end of the year. This is the last quarter. This is the home stretch for 2025. We got to push as hard as we can. Let's make it a really, really successful quarter. And then come January, we can sort of slow down and we can kind of restore our energy and start to ramp up again for next year, but we'll do those readings later, okay? Let's move on to the King of Cups now, this very authentic energy. This is a dynamic, this is a sustained passion. This is the hero, okay? And this is your mind now being being that part of you that is expressing what is inside of you. So this is kind of like, to me, it's saying that you're not giving up on your dreams in any way. I think that you are using your voice. Now is a good time for you to be real and be authentic and to say what you mean, and create what you feel, not what you think you should, or not to hesitate, but to just be yourself. Yeah, and express yourself. If you're an artist, paint from the heart, you know. It's really a time where I think you can make a lot of progress, and you can produce a lot of things with your authenticity. And what you're producing is going to be a reflection of you. Okay, it's not some inauthentic thing that you're just, because again, remember, it needs to be something that we enjoy, or something that we feel is part of us, or that we're already sort of good at, or that we have an interest in. So it's already has that authentic vibe to it. Okay? And then the King of Cups is staying true to your unique voice. Okay? So for those of you that are creative, I think that's going to be a really important aspect of things. I think, if this is in your, if you are in a relationship with somebody, a romantic relationship, or a friendship, or even a family relationship, this is a card that's saying, express your feelings. Tell them how you feel. Don't feel like you have to hide your feelings right now. Okay? Talk about it. And say what you need to say. Don't hide your feelings. Communicate. Communicate what is that you feel deep down. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to say every like fleeting feeling that we experience, we have to express it. You know, I'm mad and I'm just going to say mad things. No. It's expressing something deep inside of you, your truth. Speak your truth, all right, this season. And I think that you're going to find the Tower is going to be your friend. Because I think for a lot of you, speaking your truth is going to lead to the changes that you've been wanting to see for a long time. A breakthrough. And I think that your words right now, it's kind of like you got that open sesame kind of energy right now, where if you speak your truth, walls are going to come down. It may be that breakthrough in the relationship when you figure out what's deep in your soul and you find a way to express it, say it, paint it, sing it, dance it, whatever. I think you're going to experience a major breakthrough in that area of your life, whether it's your romance, your family, your friendships. Speaking your truth is going to work magic. Yeah. Using your authentic voice is going to lead to the breakthrough. This is your artist energy, right? The King of Cups is that artist. And the artist that is trying to be authentic and not just paint by numbers or do the motel art, but not like the mass-produced kind of thing, but just authentic, to be real, to be whatever's inside of you wants to come out. And allowing it, finding a way to bring it out of you is going to lead to that breakthrough. And that breakthrough could be financial. Now, stay tuned for the extended reading because we will clarify love, we will clarify money. But staying true to yourself and being authentic and speaking that truth, communicating it in some way, whether it's through words or, an art form or some kind of creative expression, is going to lead to the breakthrough. The walls are going to come down, and once these walls come down, nothing is impeding the progress. Okay? So this could really be the breakthrough that you need in your career or your creativity, your art form, your business, or in the relationship. Okay, so you take that, how it applies to your life, and I think you'll see that this is going to be a very, very powerful energy for you. And we also have a Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles to me feels like we are really enjoying a lot of abundance this season. I feel like it's, because we're kind of moving into the end of the year holidays and things. I think you're going to have a really wonderful time. I think we need to kind of invoke that breakthrough sooner rather than later. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of enjoyment, a lot of celebration. I feel like there is a fulfillment coming for you. I feel like this is a season of really, really fertile ground. I think a lot of what you've been doing is ripening now. Okay? I think that what you've been doing has been gestating and is ready to be born into the world. And I think it's going to be really, especially toward the end of the year, major harvests. I think that you're going to end the year on such a high note with your people, with your pets, your plants, your people, with your family and friends. I think it's going to be glorious. I think in your business and your creativity and your relationships, all this work is going to be done. And it may feel like it's all kind of done at the last minute. It may feel like the whole year has been slow, but now suddenly in October, November, December, it's just rapid progress. But it's all going to reach a crescendo toward the end of the year, and it's just going to feel like everything comes together. That every road has led to the same garden. Okay? And this is a really promising energy. I love that. Now, let's not forget about that patience, okay? Because the patience is what is seeing you through this, this up till that breakthrough. Patience is the only thing that has really been working for you. And it's kind of the emperor has to be patient, right? The emperor has to know that, look, great things take time. And I've got to stay fortified. I can't let my thoughts and feelings get to me. I've got to stay steadfast. Now, Wheel of Fortune, beautiful energy here. There is a really big change of fortune for a lot of you. This is a turn for the better. Okay? This is a card that's saying your luck is really about to change. Once we meet that breakthrough that I think you are invoking through your patience, your steadfastness, your energy, your push, and your authenticity, right? All these forces together bringing about the breakthrough. Things are going to start happening in a very fast way for you. Your world is going to expand. I think this is going to be the best fourth quarter that you've ever experienced, okay? It's going to be the most profitable. It's going to feel the best. It's going to set you up for a very, very nice 2026. This is a card of profit and prosperity. A lot of signs and symbols and synchronicities are going to be happening as well. I feel like it's going to be a very magical time. I feel like everything is changing in the next 3 months. And I feel like you need to claim this and say, I'm here for it. I'm going to do what it takes to get this going, knowing it's going to be worth it. This is the final push. And it is going to be immensely rewarding for you. Okay? Anything that has been so difficult and so challenging is going to flip. Things are going to get easier. Things are going to flow. Things are going to grow and expand. All right. Let's look at our mystery card. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, what do we think? I want Empress. I want all of this to lead us to relaxation, replenishment, restoration, family, love, pleasure, sensuality, happiness, beauty, abundance, harvest. All of those things, yeah? So let's see. 5 of Cups. Well, the 5 of Cups is the advice right now. Because this 5 of Cups is telling you, look, don't despair. Don't feel as if we're having a bad day and it means that everything's lost, right? Don't start feeling hopeless because, the emotions are coming and going. You're going to get waves of sadness, waves of like worry and despair, waves of the negative emotions. But just know that there's another wave of positive emotions coming right behind that. So this kind of is like referring again to the King of Cups and that expression of your soul, right? The authentic expression. It's saying like you don't have to express every emotion that you feel, but express what is deep down inside of you, your truth. It's not just today I feel mad and now I'm going to act mad, or today I feel sad and I'm going to act sad, This is saying that, look, there is a blessing right around the corner for you. So I think that this is that encouragement that says it's not as serious as you think. All is not lost. You're in that 7 of Cups, that sinking swamp feeling energy. And this card is here to remind you that, no, it's not that bad. Don't sink into that feeling. You can turn around. There's love right here. Right? You're looking at the 3 of Cups, but the 2 of Cups is right there also. Yeah. So you're kind of looking at the disappointment of what isn't working. And I think that it's really Spirit's way of saying, look, all this love, all this abundance is right around the corner for you. So don't feel as if all is lost right now. Stay patient. Okay? And stick around for the extended reading. Click on the join button that is right below. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money. And we'll do the yes/no coin. Aries, I thank you, I love you, and I'll see you there.